Hello, welcome to my blush declutter video. Now, as I said, if you've watched my lipstick declutter video, I just decluttered all my makeup. So I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I am doing it. And so this may be more of a, show and tell than a declutter video. And it may be a bit of an underwhelming show and tell because a lot of the makeup I have is very old. One thing I am going to do that might be of interest is I am going to clean them because they are, as I say, not fresh. And so as best as I can, I'm going to try to refresh them a little bit. All right, so let's see what we got. This is blushes, powders, and bronzers. So, okay, let's start by pulling out the bronzers. Two bronzers, this NYX matte bronzer and Too Faced milk chocolate. Now, anybody who's familiar with the Chocolate Soleil milk chocolate that's currently out, it doesn't look like this because this is probably 15 years old and probably not very good for my face. But I don't want to spend the $30 to get a new one, so I'm definitely keeping this. Let's clean it up a bit. It's already looking so much better. Figure makeup wipes clean up your face. They clean makeup off your face, so they should be able to clean makeup off of packaging. Not bad. Okay, let's see what's inside. Ooh. You can see it's, wow. I've been wondering why it doesn't seem to be doing much. There's literally no product coming up anymore. Do I have to, like, take off a layer to get the product to come out? Does anybody know why that is? It's, like, completely... Maybe it is sort of time to get rid of it. But then once I scrape it off, it is working. So I don't know. Maybe I just have to keep scraping off the top. Maybe I can use paper towel to do that. Let's see. No, it still doesn't work. Maybe it's just patted down so tight. Anyway, let's clean off the mirror. Should probably use Windex or something for this, but hey, that works well enough. So now it's clean, but it's still really old and doesn't really work. Let's compare it to this NYX bronzer. This is also not exactly young. Looking a bit better, but this one does come up right away, so no problem there. Can't really tell the difference in the color, but this is a little bit warmer and darker. So, or actually, I'm not even sure if it is warmer. It's just a little bit darker. So I would say and I was planning to declutter this one and keep the Chocolate Soleil one. But if I can't actually use the Chocolate Soleil very well, I probably should get rid of this one. I mean, that one. But you know what? I'm just not going to. I'm just going to keep scraping off the top. And if there's something terribly wrong with that, please tell me. Otherwise, I don't really care. Okay, but if you want this, Robin, you let me know. Okay, next we have, let's do highlighter. Now, similarly, this is the only highlighter I have, and I got it at the same time as that Chocolate Soleil. So it's really ancient. I think they still make this one though. It's very pretty. It still has like the pattern in there. It's like a chandelier pattern that it originally had, because you can probably tell I don't use highlighter very often. I mean, that's pretty. It's hard to see, but it is pretty. But I don't know. This blush, this pink part is like supposed to be a blush, but like the Chocolate Soleil, it's not coming up very well. But it is the only highlighter I have, so I think I'm going to keep it just for that yellow side. Now, I have 3 of these finishing powders, and I've been holding on to them because in case I ever run out of this one, which is really the only one I use, which is a Makeup Forever HD high definition powder. But I probably don't need 2, especially because I don't know, actually no idea where these other ones came from. They're also called HD finishing powder, but I think that they're kind of supposed to be dupes for the Makeup Forever. So I don't know the difference. Like, I can't tell the difference in quality between 2 different powders. But I definitely don't need 2 of these other guys. I do like these little puffs they come with. Oh, this one's broken. Let's put that away. See if this one's better off. Oh, this one doesn't have a puff at all. Okay, so I'm gonna declutter this one with no puff. I'm not gonna bother cleaning it. And I'll take this part of the puff out because that's broken. And I'm gonna hold on to this one just in case I ever run out of the HD finishing powder. I can then use this one instead. I don't really see myself rushing out to buy a new expensive powder, because I again can't tell the difference. This one's really not cleaning very easily, is it? It's a little better, but it's still, yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't think just makeup wipes are going to be sufficient for this one. I'll have to clean that afterwards with some Windex or something. But I'm going to put that in my backup supplies. Now we have a primer. And I got this pretty recently, so I'm going to hold on to this. It's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I don't use primers a lot because I usually tend to just put on sunscreen and then go from there. And I don't know how primers interact with sunscreen. The most important thing for me is making sure the sunscreen doesn't get messed up. But if I'm going for like a really nice, fancy look, then I will use primer. So I'm gonna keep the primer. What do we have next? We have just blushes. And this is gonna be the hardest part to make any cuts out of, and I might not do it. Even though I have a lot of blushes. I've had these 2 NARS ones forever, and you can tell because they're so nasty. I don't know if this is fixable with wipes. Okay, it's better for sure, but clearly I've taken off, I've like pulled off some of this mattifying finish they have to give it this nice matte finish. And there's really nothing I can do about that, but it's a lot better. So it's a NARS Orgasm, and what's this highlighter called? Oh, it's also Orgasm highlighting blush. So I guess I've been proven wrong. I do have another highlighter. This one's very gold, I wonder how that compares with the Candlelight Glow. The Candlelight Glow is a lot lighter. So this is broken. It's not just like I can't push it back in because it's literally broken off the thing. It's like the universe telling me I should probably declutter this, but I know that it's pricey, and so it's very difficult for me to okay, so I left and did some research when my husband came in the door. And I found out, you guys probably already knew this, but the reason that the pigment isn't coming up is something called hard pan. So the thing that can help this is Scotch tape. So we'll see if this actually works. Oh yeah, look at that! It's taking off the top layer. That's very exciting. Okay, so I guess I just have to do a bunch of this. There we have it. Good as new. Okay, so I also finished cleaning this and didn't realize that it wasn't recording anymore. So again, it's not perfect. There's still a lot of places where the topping has come off, but it's looking a lot better, except now I'm getting highlighter all over it. And the inside there, I don't think I'm ready to part with this yet. So let's hold on to this. Next, NARS. This is also in Orgasm, and it's the, I don't actually know what this product is called, but it's this stick. I have about half of it left. And I actually really like this. It's like a cream formulation. Again, I use this color a lot less than I did when I was younger, but because I like the formulation so much, I think I'm still going to keep it. But I'm going to clean this off. Not perfect, but much better. Okay, now who is next? I have two e.l.f. putty blushes. They are pretty recent, so I'm going to be hard pressed to declutter either of them. But let's take a look. This one is Tahiti, so it's a warm tone. Well, it looks like it might have that pan death thing, whatever that was called. Let's clean it up a bit. Oh. My nails are too long for this. Ew. I don't know if I just made it worse or better, but at least the product's more accessible. So it is a really nice color. It buffs out really well. It's very warm toned though. And then this one here is one I wanted for a long time, which is Bora Bora. Oh, this one's even grosser. What happened here? Okay, that looks a little better. So this one is like a very cool tone pink. I really like it. So yeah, again, I'm not decluttering either of these putty blushes. What I have discovered is I need a more liquidy, like a putty or liquid blush, because my skin is pretty dry, and so it just doesn't, like loose powders don't work very well for me. Okay, so let's put those guys aside. Now, let's look at this one. This one's Ancient Smashbox in Prism. It's a really light pink color. And it has these sparkles in it. The only reason I've kept this is because it is Smashbox. And so I know that it's a nice product and I feel guilty getting rid of it, but you can see I've essentially never used it. It still has some of the texture around the edges from the original when it was new. So I think I am gonna get rid of this, declutter this, see if anybody in my life wants it. But first let's clean it off. Yeah, this is not really happening. I think I'm not going to bother cleaning this unless somebody wants it, because it's just going to be a lot of work because it's literally sticky. So no, I'm just going to declutter that without bothering. Now we have a couple other loose powders, and these were also decluttered to me by you, my sister. Let's turn this paper over because now it's gotten dirty. Okay, so I do really like both of these, but because I don't really go for powder blushes very often, I don't pull these very often. This one has this shimmeriness to it. It's like a berry pink. It's a really nice pink, but I tend to go for more matte blushes these days. You can see it's really shimmery, which is really pretty. Or it's not even like shimmery, it's like iridescent. It's really pretty, but it just sort of highlights the texture of my face. And then this one is matte. I've had this for a long time. The only reason that I don't use it very often is because it's so messy. So it's sort of a brick color. And it does have some sparkles in it. But it's sort of similar to that putty blush from e.l.f., which is right here. I don't know if you can see that with this lighting. They are very similar. So I do wonder if maybe, I think I will probably declutter this Pixie one, and I think I probably should declutter this one too, because I'm just not going to probably use them, even though it does feel like a waste. Now, these two, my two liquid blushes, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, spoiler alert, I'm not getting rid of either of them. This NARS one that I'm cleaning right now, this one is, it is Orgasm again, which I talked about my feelings on that color earlier. I really like the color, but I don't always think it looks right on me. But this liquid one actually does look really nice. This is just like moving the grossness around rather than cleaning it. This formulation I think does work well because it is liquid. So it has this really nice shiny peachy pink, and then sort of buff it out and it becomes a really natural looking peachy pink color. And it does look pretty like shimmery here, but on my face I don't really notice that shimmer very often or very much, so it isn't so bad. It's better. Okay, and then this super dewy liquid blush I bought pretty recently from Makeup Revolution. It wasn't expensive, and it is a darker color than the NARS. Comes straight out pretty dark, like a berry color, but it buffs out really nicely and looks like a very natural blush color. It is what I use when I don't use the NARS one, so I'm gonna keep it, and when I run out of the NARS, I'll probably return to this one because this one's a lot more affordable. Okay, so with that done, I have decluttered more than I expected. I've decluttered these 5, and I'm sad to see them go, but I think it is their time. So that was fun. I will probably do more decluttering videos, so keep an eye out for those. Okay, bye.